Hi, I'm Mary Sutton. I'm president of the board of directors of the NAS Shelter, and I would like to welcome you to the lobby. And this room is used for just about everything. Our staff works in here under these crowded conditions. It is used as a playroom for our dogs. The public will come in and through this door for adoptions, for surrenders, for dropping off donations, as you can see.
Hi, cutie. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, cutie. Hello. Is that your paw?
This is actually where we do all of our medical check-ins for the cats and the dogs. Literally just like this is we bring in the new dog and we have our little medical corner. It's usually a little more picked up than this, but you know, the dogs are actually in this room with the cats. So as we're trying to do their medical check-ins, their vaccines, their dewormers, they're distracted by the cats. The cats are getting stressed out because obviously we have dogs in this room. So here in our kitchen walkway, food prep, medical prep area. As you can see, this is the only spot we have to do our dishes. Keep in mind we have about 100 animal kennels in the building for cats and dogs. So every morning when we clean, this is stacked with dirty dishes. We have to get those cleaned, washed, dried, and put away before we open to the public. So that's all happening in the morning. Our medications for the daily meds. This is everybody who is on meds right now. So we have to prep this all out. We have to do the dosages here and just kind of work out of this area. Again, this is a main thoroughfare. It's the only way from the office to the dog kennels to the cat room. So no matter what, you're going to be in somebody's way.
Here we are outside the front door of the shelter. And as you can see, because we're so strapped for space, sometimes we're spilling out outside. Over here we have our donation bin. That's where people drop things off, so until they can be sorted, it's again outside. We have some kennels that were cleaned up and had to be dried out. And then we have our event supplies out here.
The shelter itself has a lot of limitations in regards to the HVAC. The electrical system is just a real problem for what we want to do in today's world.
As far as the building is concerned, electrical outlets don't work. The plumbing system isn't good. They've got, my understanding is, I've never drank it, but the water here is very terrible tasting. It's just all around, this building is falling down around our ears. It really has to be replaced.
Really a low-lying area. This is dramatically floods every spring and during the year. Anytime we get any kind of a rain, it's just really unusable that it has. The entire property is built on a floodplain. So not only in here does it flood, but also out in the cemetery area floods out.
So many of you may not be aware that part of our property here at the current location is actually a pet cemetery. And we have several people have buried their beloved pets over the years. And as you can see, people still come and visit the graves of their beloved pets. So even though we have all of this land here, we cannot disturb it and build on it.
So right now we are in Alfred's kennel. So he came in as a stray a few days ago, and as you can see, he's very shy. But once he recognizes you, then he's very open, and then he wants to be your friend. As you can hear, it's very loud in our dog area. So with the new building, our hope would be that we could actually separate our little guys from the big ones.
Hi, sweetie.
So this is where brand new strays and surrenders come in, and it can be a very traumatic experience for a dog because they're in a new area, they're next to other new dogs, so everybody's just kind of scared and barking. When animals come in, we never know what condition they're going to be in. So as you can see, this one's a little more worse for wear. So they definitely have some things going on, some ear infections, and she has some dental issues. So right off the bat, we just try to get them basic medical care. So she'll start on antibiotics and dewormers, things like that. We'll give her a bath, get her cleaned up, obviously get her into a veterinarian to be better assessed on what's going on. So in our cat ISO area, this is everybody who is not up for adoption yet. So whether it is being on stray hold, recently surrendered, going through medical treatment, that's a huge problem in regards to separating out our animals. So as you can see, these three all have upper respiratory infections, which is why they have tags that say we're sick. That's why there are towels over their cages, so that to lessen the spreading of it, because they are in this room with healthy cats, such as Lord Quicktoes, but being that close in proximity and in the same room, we're subjecting the potential that all the cats are going to get that upper respiratory. And same goes for fleas, ringworm, anything like that.
So one of the challenges as a volunteer is that we have cats in cages, and that's necessary, I guess. But if we had a cat room or several cat rooms, it would be much more conducive to having more of them out at the same time. Hello, Sprankers. And the ability to socialize multiple cats and get them used to each other for multi-cat households and when they're ready for adoption. So having that extra room, as you can see, we have all the cats who try to get out at least once a day for 20 minutes, but 20 minutes just isn't enough.
It's extremely hot in here in the summer. There's one air conditioner that sits on the floor, but it's not enough to cool this room. So it's uncomfortable for the cats primarily, but also for the volunteers and the staff. And then in the winter, it can become extremely cold in here, and the heating system does not cover it. And they've even sometimes had to cover the windows with blankets or towels to keep the warm air in.
I think that we need a new shelter mainly because of space. We only have 13 dog kennels, and when people call to surrender their animals or we get strays coming in, a lot of times we have to deny them because we don't have the space. But it's really, you don't want to deny them. You want to be able to help them as best as you can and have the space to do that. And then as far as cats too, we have 2 rooms for cats, but only one of them we use for adoption, and it's full all the time. It's really cramped. A lot of times, like during the winter months, the cats will get sick because the airflow just isn't very good.
Being in a shelter isn't the best part of their lives, but when they have to be with us, we want it to be a good quality of life for them. And we don't love having animals here, but we do love the animals that come in, and we care about them a lot. So anything that we can do so that they don't have to suffer, so they don't have to hurt while they're with us, is super important to us. It's the most important thing to us.